right, so TJ Black, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm blessed, despite circumstances in life, but that happens. But you know what? Still blessed, regardless of whatever goes on in our lives.
So feeling blessed. Okay.
Absolutely.
That's good. That's good to know. All right, so let's start out by asking TJ Black, where are you from? Everybody wants to know.
I am from Amarillo, Texas originally, but I moved around a lot, and everybody always asks me, "So you must be a military brat?" But no, actually, we just moved a lot as kids. I went to 6 different elementary schools, so that kind of tells you how that goes.
Wow, I bet you that was tough on you as a kid, huh?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, because I would make these friends, and 6 weeks later, we move, and so yeah, it was absolutely tough. But I think it made me into the person that I am today. Just all the things that I went through as a child, just helped me become the person that I am today. So while I don't wish some of the things that I went through on anybody, I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for like my coach in high school, my basketball coach in high school always said, he said, through adversity, build character.
Absolutely. Yeah, and we don't want to talk about the bad things. Let's be positive.
That's right.
Okay.
I like that.
All right. So next question: what made you decide to get into music?
So my whole family is very musical, and that's actually where the name Black comes from. It's on my mom's side, but my dad's side of the family is actually very blessed musically as well. My dad, John Lohr, is actually considered a musical genius. He had perfect pitch, which not very many people have. And I'm not going to get into what that is, but you can go Google it. But yeah, and on my mom's side of the family, I've got a couple of uncles that have been pretty successful in music. I've got one cousin that's really been successful in music, Monty Black, and he travels and does it for a living. My Uncle Robert has had a few hits on the country music stations in Nashville, and so it's just kind of a part of our family. My mom's an incredible musician, played piano and violin, and sings like a bird, and so it's just been in my family. And so growing up, I was poor, and I didn't have a lot, so I didn't have a piano or anything or a guitar. But I started studying. I sang the choir all my life, but so I kind of developed my voice that way. But I started playing piano and guitar when I went into the military at the age of 19. And so I had some money, so I started. I bought myself a keyboard and got a guitar from a friend. Actually, gave me his Yamaha guitar, Chad Toppis, and I really appreciate that, Chad. But kind of got me started in guitar. And then when I got out of the Army, I kind of knew a little piano at that point. Took some lessons, but mostly self-taught. Also, my friend Jeremy Wintercheck really encouraged me in learning those instruments, and he's an incredible musician himself. But when I got out of the military and got my college money, I went to University of Mary Hardin Baylor, and I studied Bible and music. And so I studied piano and voice.
Okay, so you had a lot of inspiration along the way.
I did, absolutely. I would agree with that.
Okay, so I guess the next question is appropriate. Tell us about your journey so far. How has this been?
So I kind of told you at the beginning how I got into music. And then for a long time, as I developed as an artist, I really honestly just led worship at a lot of different things, a lot of events, a lot of you're talking youth events, you're talking like the Baptist missions. We had a huge event. There's probably over 1,000 people in that one. And I got blessed to be able to lead worship at that mission event down in Houston. Just kind of some things like that along the way, playing music with Bruce Copeland and Jeremy Wintercheck, folks like that, playing in their bands along with them, playing some bass guitar for them and things like that. And then just developing myself, and then becoming a worship leader. I've led worship at 3 or 4 different churches along the way as the journey's been, but I never really promoted myself. I just never felt the need to, I guess. And then I was actually at a revival at my church and leading worship there, and my buddy Erskine Anavitarte asked me after the revival was over, and he had heard me sing a few of my songs, and he said, "Hey brother, what are you doing with your songs?" And I said, I was like, "Nothing, I'm worshiping, you know." And he's like, "Well," he's like, "That's good," but he said, that's unacceptable." And I was like, "Well, what do you mean?" He said, "You need to do something with your music." And so I kind of took that to heart, and this was just about a couple years ago. So I finally started promoting myself, and I've never had a desire to do it, but man, God has blessed it tremendously, and it's led me to where I am today. You know, with about 1,000 followers now, and a song about to be released, and so it's been a cool journey.
Well, I'm excited for you. I can see the excitement in your eyes and the love and the desire that you have. So, okay, I'm gonna go on to the next question. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Well, hopefully still here. I love this. My wife and I just moved out to the country back in September, and so we've been here 7 or 8 months or whatever. And I hope to be still here. I love this place in Temple, Texas. But as far as my music career, you know, there's things that I desire. I don't know if they'll ever happen, but if God put a desire in my heart, hopefully that's from Him. You know, the Bible says, "Seek you first His kingdom, and all these other things will be added to you." And I pray that I'm close enough with God that the things that I desire are within His will, and I'm seeking His kingdom first. So I really honestly, I pray and hope to do conferences someday. You know, and hopefully 5 years from now, I'll be either doing my first conference or planning it. And the whole idea behind the conference is basically speaking truth and love to people, to talk to them about grace and forgiveness, and talk to them about the idea that we should not, as Christians, carry guilt or shame. And that's something that I'm super passionate about, and I've preached sermons at churches about it, and you know, 70, 80-year-old folks came up to me afterward in tears saying, "I've carried guilt and shame my whole life. I've been in church my whole life, but no one ever put it to me that way." And they just a huge burden off their shoulders. So that's my desire, kind of, I guess, my theme, if you will, as far as who I am as an artist, who I want to be remembered by, is the guy that spoke truth and love, and the guy that hopefully helped people to be set free. And that's what, you know, Christ wanted us to do. Otherwise, the cross of Christ meant nothing.
Okay, TJ Black. Well, on that note, I guess final question I have for you is, or favor, I guess, is for you to play a little bit of your song, "Breaking Through."
Sure, absolutely. I don't even know if I'm tuned, but
just go for it.
You know, you go inside and you go outside. It was a really hot day today, so. That's a lot better. Of His amazing grace, breathing out, breathing in, taking hold, 'cause I'm on fire, Lord, it's my